convict escapee right there. He lives in our flower pots. There's like these things in the flower pot. We got an escapee. There's an APB, all points bulleted. Escape convict. He's on the run. He's in the Philippine swamps, headed east. So today we're gonna get what's the name of it?
High precision.
High
clinic.
Precision clinic.
Yeah.
And it's for the
swab.
Yeah.
RT-PCR test.
And that's the one that they don't do your nostril. They put that Q-tip way up in your nasal passage to make your eyes warm. So,
make your eyes go up.
Yeah, make you wish you weren't there. So
And
this is part of the...
how are you feeling now, Nix?
I'm getting nervous. My hands is
Sweating.
Sweating, yeah, anxiety. My little sisters, I suffer from anxiety too. And I told Nick, don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be all
They
right.
granted us permission. I got to do 7 days in the hospital. And I said, listen, I'm not checking into the hospital unless I have both my angels with me.
God.
So,
Hello. We're so late. It's really so Sir Charles is ready here, now here in the parking area. Oh my god. We're late. So yeah, it's there. You antay the one. Hey, can you turn on the flashlight? My goodness, I can't. Hold on, I'm filming. It's done?
Japanese tourist.
It's done.
Kuasa sa gawas.
Huh?
Kuan dito.
And
Oh, where are we going?
high precision, sir. Kanang sa Marigondon. High precision clinic.
Mura na itong tayo?
Oo, para magpa-swab test. Sir?
Anong paswap mo dito?
Kuan kaning need ay ikuan siya sa hospital og 7 days niya. Need og swab test. I-admit og 7 days.
Darrell, could you turn on the light back there?
Light?
Yes. Right, so show the back there. So I got this. It's called a bed bag, and instead of attached to my leg, they didn't have leg bags. So I got to improvise, and oh my goodness. So I'll figure it out. I'm just running late, and then I had to go get some medicine for me early this morning. I didn't sleep. I stayed awake till 5. What time did you leave this morning?
8 minutes? Yeah, 8.
I stayed awake all night till about 8, and I remember my wife talking to me, saying something. I was like half asleep, and then that's all I remember. Then I woke up, and she came back with the medicine, and Nixie, my sister-in-law, she said, "Oh, I called Darrell and said for him to be here at 1," and I'm like, "What?" I said, "Oh no."
No,
I said,
first 12.
First 12.
12, yeah.
And I said, hold on a minute. I said, you always got to ask me. And I think somebody did ask me, but because I was like sleep talking, I really don't remember what I said. And then I'm thinking, Darrell's going to be pissed. So I said, you got to tell him. So the deal is, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The clock started at 12. Whatever time I said, if Darrell wants to charge me from that time forward, that's fine with me. So remember that lesson next. You just cost me some money. Always make sure. Did you ladies ask me?
Yeah, I told you
Oh,
that. What?
no.
I told you. I asked you what time.
Bobby
before we
D's
leave.
guilty. I'm guilty. Oh man. Well, it's on me, folks. That's what happens. Couldn't sleep last night. I was like, I'm looking at the clock. It was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And I started listening to music, and I started listening to some old school music from back in the day, and that just wound me up. I started reminiscing of the 1980s, and next thing I know, I'm like wide awake. I was thinking, I hope my wife can't hear it. I'm sure I kept her awake half the night too, like an asshole. Oh boy. Today we're getting a test because the type of bacteria I have, it's antibiotic resistant bacteria. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time to get rid of it once and for all. They don't manufacture a pill. It doesn't come in a pill form. They only have it in an IV form. And they said, sir, your bacteria in your body, there is only one antibiotic that we have in all of the Philippines that can stop it. But the weird thing about it is I've had the same bacteria for over 5 years and it hasn't killed me. So I just thank God every day that I'm here. And I'm looking forward. Let's pray to God it works. If it does, you gotta give him a look. We just made a left, and this guy was like all up on a. Oh, there you go. I could breathe. I forgot. So after this test, I'll be good. My sister-in-law has anxiety about the tests too. I'm not worried about that swab. They could put that thing as far up there as they want. I'm good with it. It's gonna be all right, Nix. Show Nix's face. It's gonna be all right. I'll hold your hand, Nix. I will hold your right hand. I'll hold your left hand. Just like when I got that, when they took my blood. The blood lady used to come to the nursing home at 4 o'clock in the morning so they could get the results by noon, and she would wake me up and I'd be like, I told you I'm not giving nobody any blood, because I gave them so much blood I just got tired of it. And they said, well, what happens if something's going wrong? I said, I'll take my chances. It was like once a month the lady would come in at 4 a.m. in the morning. She would make her rounds. Because I remember one time they had a new person, and I don't think she was, I know she wasn't good at drawing blood. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and this lady, she said, you're going to feel a slight pinch. And then all of a sudden she said it again. And then again, then I started waking up. I said, what? I said, how many tries is that? She's like, sir, I'm new. And I was like real rude. I said, get out right now. I flipped out on that lady. I started yelling. I said, go practice on somebody else. And I think that was like the last time that I agreed to give blood at 4 a.m. in the morning. And so you gotta learn how to draw blood somehow. Some people have a knack for it. They just, it's a talent. Believe it or not. A friend of mine from the United States, my neighbor, he wound up in a hospital and they had to take blood. And I was watching a lady try to draw blood from him. And then I left the room and I came back like a half hour later, I think I went to the cafeteria to get us something to eat, and I'm thinking, why is the lady still in here? It's been a half hour later. Like, how many test tubes of blood is he given? And the lady didn't even find a vein. So Mickey tells me, oh, this is try number 11. And I looked at his arm. He had pieces of tape and cotton balls taped all over his one arm. I told that lady, I said, that's it, you're done. Sir, I'm new. I said, get out. And Mickey was thanking me. They got some other lady, she got it the first try. So don't ever be afraid to ask questions or refuse stuff in a hospital or a medical setting. Some of my relatives, they act like the God, I'm stuttering thinking about it. They act like the doctor's God. And the one doctor was giving my mom bad medical advice over something, and I said, how would that doctor know without running a test? And the doctor's not always right. Doctors are smart, some of the smartest people in the world, but just because they say something doesn't mean it's the truth. You gotta use your own brain sometimes. It was over a urinary tract infection. They said, you don't have a urinary tract infection. I said, you could have I was telling my relative, you could have a urinary tract infection and be like asymptomatic. You don't really have any symptoms, or you have very minor symptoms. And the person I'm talking about has 2 symptoms. And when she asked her doctor about it, right off the bat, no, you don't have a urinary tract infection. And I was thinking, how could they say that? Why don't you have insurance? Why don't they just have you give a urinalysis, and then they'll know 100% for sure if that doctor knows what they're talking about? That got me so mad. Talk, man. Here, I'll see if I'll do it. Let's see. So, take that. What's going on, babe? What's new?
What's new? What is new? Oh, the new is we're on the 2nd step for the last step. I think.
We're on the 2nd step.
Yeah. So that we're done with
Yeah. And what step are you on back there, Miss Nick's Vlogs? What step are you on? 2nd step? Okay. You're what is it?
where? I can't find. Oh, there you go.
What is that? Oh, it's the airport?
Yeah, it's the airport.
I'm a hot mess today, but I just feel like disheveled is the word I'm looking for. Disheveled. Just all unorganized, running late. Can't think straight. Can't even put a sentence together. Darrell, what's the name of this airport to the right?
Mactan International Airport.
Wow. All right, so this
That's
is
the airport that
yeah, it's the airport that I flew in at. I guess this is, they got us for the small planes. It looks like over here are some of the small hangars.
Yeah, small planes.
Wow.
My
And
son is here.
your son is there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for Darrell's son is a aviation mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that thing. Got some storm damage over there. That's a good job. An airplane mechanic, you can go anywhere in the world, find a job. It's like a nurse. A nurse can go anywhere in the world, find a job. Airplane mechanic, that's specialized. Like, there's a lot of shade tree mechanics that can work on automobiles and cars, but working on an airplane, you gotta have a bunch of certifications. because it's different. When you're in a car, you got 4 tires on the ground. When you're in the air, you definitely don't want anything going wrong. They got some really cool planes over there. Terrell, you ever watch that at Sport? They have these high performance planes, and there's be like 12 different people competing.
No.
And they fly. They pull like, I don't know, like 7 Gs. And it's like a souped up race plane. And they have like a course, and they have these big inflatable balloons, and they're in different areas. And the pilots and the planes were like unbelievable. Crazy fast. It's like a 1-seater plane with a giant engine in it, and you can just hear the motor just winding out. I'm like, whoa, and then you can see the pilot's face when they bank into a turn. You can see their face, all the G's pushing on them. They gotta wear a flight suit, like a what do you call it? Fighter jet pilot. The suit, the G suit that inflates in your legs when you start pulling G's. The computer recognizes it, and the suit will start to inflate in your legs to push the blood back up into your head so you don't pass out. I'm like, damn, these planes are, and it's a souped up plane. Anybody knows what that type of racing is, put it down in the comments. Right now we have like 13 subs. Yeah, but you gotta start somewhere. Maybe if I'm lucky enough to go on one of the bigger, if we're lucky enough to go on.
Interviewed.
Get interviewed by somebody about the experience here and what it took to get here and the whole 9 yards. Hopefully it's going to be Old Dog, New Tricks, Paulie.
But
I'm hoping.
we need to.
Yeah, I got to call Paulie.
Yeah.
I don't want to show up at his house like that one guy did. Paulie lost his mind. He said, I feel kind of bad for whoever showed up at my house this morning, because he was like half asleep. He said it started like a ticking sound on the door. Tick, tick, tick. Paulie's like, am I hearing things? And all of a sudden it was boom, boom, boom. He's like, all right, somebody's knocking on the door. He was tired. He didn't want to get up and answer the door. Next thing you know, it sounded like the police special unit was using a ram on his door. Boom, 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 and then that's when Paulie lost his cool and opened the door, and there's a guy standing there. He crossed. First mistake he made was not calling ahead of time and let Paulie know that he wanted to come visit.
Oh, they're closed now, babe. Oh my God. 5 Monday to Saturday, 5 p.m. What time is it?
Oh, it's already 4:45 to 4.
Alright, well, it says 5. Go ask, Ben, before we leave.
Okay.
Somebody gotta ask.
About
Maybe Darrell could ask. This guy, he got a shooter.
Bossing! Close na? Close na?
Ano sa naman?
Magpa-swab punta?
Ah, wala. May hanap kong swab.
Wala?
Yan, hospital. Agos. Ana sila, naraman na sa hospital ang swab.
hospital. They don't have SWab here.
Sige, salamat po, Sing.
Oh, they don't have it
Yeah.
here? What did they say here?
I don't can go
Let's
here.
go to our hospital.
Our hospital.
There is hospital here.
Okay. I think we gotta go to the money exchanger place first because they're gonna slam me with a high bill for the test. So we go to a money exchanger place and then to the hospital. Because I don't want to get to the hospital and then so babe, who was saying that they had that test here?
Told you that to go to high precision and then to take that test because she said that
it's cheaper.
yeah, it's expensive there
At the
in
hospital.
the St. Vincent Hospital.
Yes, I remember. Well,
Maybe before they do that.
yeah, maybe when it was at the beginning of the COVID
Yeah.
pandemic. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm super irritated right now, so let me just not say. Just not say what I really want to say. It's more fun in the Philippines. So the doctor, we threw the doctor under the bus. My wife said her name. What were you thinking? Oh my God. So we got to make the most of it. I'll tell you what, if I had a boat, I'll tell Darrell, call your wife. We're going to go out on a boat for a week. Just cancel everything. I got you. Here we go. Well.
So it's just the traffic.
Getting
started.
upset. I'm starting to find myself in the groove. I'm not getting. I don't have the New Jersey, New York attitude. It's slowly fading away. Because you got to realize, you got to think about it, that it's frustrating for everybody in the Philippines. You can't go to another country and expect things to be like it is where you came from, and they don't get like Westerners. Westerners flip out. So it's teaching me a lesson on patience. And more patience and tolerance, and understanding, and forgiveness. All that stuff. What's the name of this road we're on, Darrell?
Patalinghog Avenue.
Patalinghog Avenue.
I will not try and repeat that word because I failed. The name of the road.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my sister in the back keep getting on her about learning English, and then they say, well, what about you learning Cebuana? And I was like, hold on a minute. I do need to learn a language. Have a basic conversation. Because in the United States, there's a lot of Spanish people, and Americans get mad at the Spanish people for not learning English. So guess what? I have to learn some Cebuana. Basayan. I really do. That would be cool. My first cousin said, Rob, learn the language and then pretend you don't know what they're talking about so you can listen to what they're saying about you. I said, wow. I said, only you would say something like that. 3 years ago, Darrell, my cousin, was like, you got time. You could learn a basic language. What's it called? I said, Basayan. And she said, well, you could go there and act like you don't know what anybody's talking about. And when you're around the family members, when they're talking about you. I said, no, I'm not doing that. I said, why would they be talking about me? I started laughing. Good old grab. I guess that's where the Grab drivers wait. They're all over the place. It's rush hour traffic. Is this the most traffic for this time of day, or is it going to get more traffic?
More traffic.
More than this?
This is the worst road
Wow.
in Lapu-Lapu.
Okay. Wow.
Worst.
In terms of traffic, it is the worst.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff going on. septic tank truck right here to the right. That's what it looks
That
like.
is Martin International High School.
That's what?
Martin International High School.
High school. Is that where Nix is going? Oh, that's right. This is the one that Nix is going to. It's close. Let's start. There we go. I'd wrap up. Did you fill these bottles up with from a big bottle?
Yeah.
Good deal. I wonder if they could come to the van instead of me getting out. Instead of me getting out of the van, they could do.
I think you
Yeah.
can request that.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it would be a lot easier instead of getting out of the van and tying this bag up underneath the wheelchair.
Yes.
I don't see why they just can't. All they got to do is stick that. I'll fill out the paperwork and then they stick that thing up your nose and you're good. Westerners out there watching this, just remember how good you got it, because the struggle is real, because the day is long. Oh, goodness. I feel like Mr. Complainer. I just need to keep my mouth shut. Period. City on like a Saturday. I used to go to Central Park in New York City on a Saturday or Sunday. I'm a people watcher, not like a voyeur or any kind of weird stuff. I just like hanging out in the park, like on a Saturday or Sunday. You got people on rollerblades, roller skates, people on mountain bikes, people jogging around the park, and tourists from all over the world. So I'd go to the park on a Saturday and just people watch. I tell you what. This road we're on, there's so much going on this road. Don't worry, lady, we're not gonna hit you. She's looking to see if somebody coming around the right side. I don't blame her. But you gotta be careful crossing the streets. Like I was saying in the last vlog, it's like a dance. What's that? Oh yeah, better safe than sorry. That's for sure. Because you're not gonna win. The car hits it. Basketball. Filipinos love basketball. That's super cool. I remember, I'm not good at basketball at all, but I remember one of my coworkers in the Philippines at Bank of Hawaii. Man, I would go watch him play on the weekends. Rodney, he could ball like I couldn't even believe it. I was like, wow. He was about 5'3". He could slam dunk. He had a vertical leap or jump that was just unbelievable. And he was a pool shark. He was a pool hustler. We used to go down a hotel street on our lunch breaks, and it would turn into like a 3-hour lunch break, and he would take everybody's money at the pool hall on Hotel Street. downtown Honolulu. I've never ever seen somebody play pool that good. And he said, I said, when did you start playing pool? He said, when I was old enough to stand up, and they had to put a stool next to the pool table, and I would move it around so I could reach the table. And I said, why did you start playing pool at such a young age? He said, my mother worked in a go-go bar, and she would bring me to work, and they had a couple pool tables in the back. She was pregnant and he said I was born on a pool table. I thought he was joking around. Mom gave birth on a pool table. He said that's when it started. I've never seen anybody play pool like that in my life. It was like I kept saying, why aren't you a professional pool player? It was amazing. And he would just laugh.
Money changer first, right?
Yes, sir. Being all polite for the vlog. Yes, sir. I gotta watch my mouth cursing and everything. I don't like when people call me sir. I called somebody in the military sir one time, and he started screaming at me. He said, I work for a living. Don't you ever call me sir again. I didn't even know what to say. It was a warrant officer. If anybody out there knows what a warrant officer is, that means that they didn't go to college. They worked their way up as an enlisted member of the military, and then it goes third class petty officer, second class petty officer, first class petty officer, and then I think it's chief, master chief, and then senior chief. I might have got the senior chief and master chief mixed up. And then you go to warrant officer, and this guy was a warrant officer, and when I called him sir, everybody's like, yo, we heard that. I forget his name. We heard him screaming at you. What was he yelling at you like that for? I said, because I called him sir, and he was like, do I look like a sir to you? I work for a effing living. Don't you ever call me that again. And I was like, I almost said sorry sir. I don't know what to do. That's the last time I ever called him sir. I was trying to be polite and it backfired. So we're here at the money changer. It's got a big X exchange. Can you take a still shot of that?
Dirira siya i-swab.
I-try na pala na dito sa laboratory, ma'am?
A laboratory. Get the form here, and then we're going to fill up this and then pass this to the laboratory, and we're done. We're done for the swab test. Oh my god. I think I forgot about that. Oh.
Lapsas, yeah?
Thanks. Did you bring a ball pen? What? Ball pen.
Darrell, do you have a pen? A writing pen?
Wait. You hold it.
Darrell's got a pen. How's it going?
Oh my god, I forgot.
Dito naman, visa.
Kamu tulong magpa-swab? Oh, ilang brutin, ma'am? Tabangay, ma'am?
Okay.
Basa niya ba gagawin sa mga?
All right, here we are. Is the camera on?
Yeah.
Here we are, and my best friend, my lover, my wife. She asked me what year I was born. And I'm like, 1920. 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. I was born in 1492, babe. I don't know history too good. Maybe it's 1492. Because there was this guy in my school, and I said, look at my phone number. It was 1966, the last 4 digits. And he's like, I got you beat. He said 1492. I said, what is that, the year you were born? Everybody started laughing. He said 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and nobody said a word. So here we go. The batting order is...
Email address.
Email. Yeah, it's already full. So we're waiting here in the laboratory for that. So friends, this is gonna be the exciting part because we have here the receipt now, and then we're ready for the swab test.
Naroon niya our receipt, sir.
Sige, i-keep na naman.
Okay. I told Nick this is gonna be the exciting part.
Yeah. I just watched a lady do it.
Sir, let's first have at the mouth, sir. Say ah. Alright.
How many of these tests you guys do a day?
Sir?
How many tests a day do you do here about?
Today? Today, 25.
25.
Sir, don't go, sir. Alright, other side. Okay. Yeah, ma'am. Delete ako. That's it. Delete sa gawa.
See how easy that was? The phone?
Yeah.
Okay. There's the ladies over there. My wife and my sister. Let me see if I can zoom in. my little cutie pie sister-in-law, Miss Nick's vlogs. She was a little concerned about the swab test, and here she comes. It's nothing. I didn't know they put it in your mouth too. And what's funny is I have chewing tobacco, some dip in my mouth. Oh boy, here we go, watch this. It's easy. My little sister. She's like my daughter. She wanted to go last in the batting order. She wanted to be one batter before a cleanup hitter. That's what I used to be in baseball. I batted fourth in the batting order, get the bases loaded, and I grand slam. I was really good at hitting the baseball, hard ball. Here we go. Look at it, fixing the hair, fiddling around. Let's see what's going on. Arms crossed, arm down, thinking about it, wiggling around. I was young once, a million years ago. Look at her holding her head, hands down, looking to the left. She's thinking about it, looking straight ahead. Things that make you go, If I could do the test for her, I would. Alright, looking to the right. Is she smiling? Keep smiling, Nix. This part she's not worried about. Come on, just hold steady. That wasn't bad. Sister has anxiety. Fear of the unknown, right? Alright, here we go. Let's put that mask back on. That's it. Her eyes are watering. Comes. Okay, let's see what happens.
Oh my god,
So,
it's like a needle.
Was it as bad as you thought it was going to be? What do you think, Nix? Was that that bad?
Yeah.
It was that bad? Really? Are you sure?
On the mouth or in the nose?
In the nose?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can still feel it in my nose.
So where are you going? Back to your place?
Isla, do we need to stop at the store or anything? Everybody's touching their nose.
I think we need wet wipes.
Okay.
And because only 2 left next.
Okay.
Wet wipes. 4.
We could stop. We could stop and
Only 3. Because yeah.
oh, we'll stop and get some. We'll stop at the store and get some stuff. Anybody have a pen and a piece of paper? You have scrap paper? I'll hand you your purse back there and we'll find some scrap paper. Maybe Darrell's got some scrap paper. We'll make a list. So are you going to survive next? Are you sure? You're going to survive tonight? You're going to make it through the night? Do we need a medical professional to be by your bedside to monitor you all night from the swab test? I was telling the camera, I said I had dip in my mouth. I didn't know they put it in your mouth.
Yeah, I thought that's...
Oh boy, hope it doesn't throw the test off. They found some unidentified substance on the swab. We'll be back.
Kana ra, asa na yung kiluhan? Ito man dito. Avocado. Huh? Okay. This avocado. And then papaya. Hello, what's this? Orange. Pakilay niya, Meg.
Arigo. Arigo. Plastic.
One bang.
Ito na long. Ano long?
Wala pa. Oh my gosh. Ano na eh?
Isa.
Pwede na ba? Pamitin ba na mga manggaman? Oo, miss.
Maintenance personnel test please. Maintenance personnel domestic test please.
Tanaw sila kung manggaw na. Okay, lahi dito tagiya daw si.
Kung gila sila dapat?
Ang sagol din ito.
Ti, alayin ba ko ti kayo na?
Kapantay lettuce. Kapantay lettuce, no? Tawag. Egg milk. Where is the milk? If na kung na Yeah, coffee. Coffee chocolate. Prunes.
Well, prunes that is not
Plastic bag. Oh, there's pwede. Alpine. Numbers. Yeah.
I think it's
Adobo peanuts.
what is that? Prunes?
Yeah, prunes. Prunes in the bag. There's an Arla too. 100% natural. So, yeah. There's like the way you are. Oh, there's an organic oil. Bottled.
Ganda ito. Easy to spray. Paper towel. Hello, what? A beach baggy. Okay. Oh, there's an oatmeal here. Oh yeah. Prawns. No, it's not. I think this tea. Yeah. Yeah. Prawns. Here. Prune. Spoons. Ara, manday ka. Dagan, manday kayo ka. Ayun, ina nati. Padakon. Oh. Asa man tong lisod? Oh, they have pink. Oh yeah, disposable gloves for eating. Eating. And then the plate? Yeah, paper plate. And then yeah, we need that. Cup, yeah. Yes, cup. We're going to bring our bildo tanan. Okay. Can hurt like this. How about this one? Yeah. Atong big. This. We don't need that. Paper. Plate? I can use this. How about egg? Ignog. Asa na ni color o vitamin? Asa na ni siya? White ra Japan na siya? Oh, may pagnipalit ko piatos. Ambil mo.
Purpose maintenance and lane 6 skills. Maintenance and lane 6 skills.
Isa ng pen. Oh. Oh. Two. Huh? Two. Nakapuro ni pala yung plastic niya isa. Kauban ni mo. Sila na? 1.9. Ay, usa ka wipes one. Ay, isa ka wipes ni mo one. Ha? Kana ba? Dira na kanan? Kana ni? Ayaw na na. Butang sa imong Ladies and gentlemen, and we're back at the van. So these are our groceries, and we're going back to.
So they had the Iran-Contra hearings. I think it was like our Congress and Senate. They were investigating. Where's the pen? Darrell. Okay. Thank you. Can I keep this paper, or do you need this? So there was some kind of war in Colombia, and the United States was funding like the rebels or something. And this rebel group, it was like a secret that the United States wanted this rebel group to win and like overthrow I guess the Colombian government or something. I don't know, like the Iran-Contra hearings. There was a guy, Oliver North. He was a high-ranking military person, and they found out that he made a deal, maybe military plane loads of metric tons of cocaine flew into the United States under secrecy, and then we sent them a whole bunch of weapons in return for the drugs. Now that's like the United States government is the biggest drug dealer ever. I'm just sitting there like, it was all over the media. I think it was back in the 1980s, and I was young back then. I wasn't really into politics or what was going on, but I watched a couple things on it. It was just amazing. So the United States is corrupt. There's always corruption no matter where you go.
Yeah.
And we try to.
I am looking for the fruits that is
Oh,
not
the fruits.
used. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
can't find it.
Okay. We'll find them eventually. Pigs, giant 100-kilo pigs. You gotta do what you gotta do
To survive.
to survive, yeah. I'm looking at this guy in front of us with the table.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it tied down or nothing. He's just holding that thing up there. Gotta be careful. Is this thing electric or is it gas?
Electric, I think.
I almost saw a guy on a bicycle. It was like, yeah, there you go. Look at that. Not tied down or enough to hit a bump, and there goes the cart tumbling down the road. One time I saw a guy on a bicycle, and he had a refrigerator strapped to his back. I was like, my God. Big hands refrigerator. Get a picture. It's funny because that's something wow. It's busy around there. Amazing. I have one word for the Philippines: amazing. That's if they said describe the Philippines in one word: amazing. Terrell, have you been to the United States?
No.
You want to
Never
go?
been out of the country.
You want to go there? If you could go one place, where would you want to go?
Maybe US.
U.S. Okay. You never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
You ask next.
Ask Nick's the same question.
Yeah.
Nick's. Put the camera on Nick's. Nick's is facing.
Okay.
All right, Nick's. If you could go one place in the world, where would it be?
No, outside outside of the country. Other country. US, then Paris.
Paris,
and then,
France.
Yeah, and then Korea.
Korea? Okay. That's cool. You know, always wanted to check Korea out. I think Korea's.
Their place is amazing.
Heard good things about Korea. A couple of my buddies were stationed in the military there in Korea. They liked it. Seems like it's pretty cool.
You never been there?
No, never been to Korea. Not yet. You never know. One day
Yeah.
maybe I'll have to go check it out.
I thought you were also assigned there.
Just
Stationed there during your stint in the Navy.
Hawaii. The places I was at was for boot camp, which is 8 weeks long, and then my schooling, which was I think about 9 months, was San Diego, California, and then I got stationed Pearl Harbor submarine base in Hawaii for the rest of my 4 years. Then when I got out, I went back to New Jersey for a little while, and then went back to Hawaii as a civilian because I liked it so much. The cost of living is really high in Hawaii. The price of food is expensive, and rents and everything. It's probably about the same cost as New York City. The rents in New York City are astronomically high. The condo, the square footage in the condo that we're staying in now, if that place was in New York City in Manhattan, it would probably be about $9,500 US a month for the rent. It's super expensive. I think it's time for Bobby. Look at her hair. This has my hair.
At the back.
It's sticking up. It's that bed head. It's time for Bobby Digital to go to bed early tonight.
Yeah. I think the result, we can get the result for the swab tomorrow at around 9 a.m.
Should be good.
Next.
Yeah.
So here we are back at the condo. I was putting the groceries over there. It's humid out today, I can feel it. Next, go ahead and grab the camera. Let's see if I can lean over and grab this box.
Hold the
guy's name?
I don't know. I it's fine.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. I will text. I will the driver number.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Yes, sir. We made it. Round 10.
Yeah. So after we get the result, and that is the last step. Last step. Last.
It is super hot right now.
Yeah.
Is that thing tied?
Come here.
Tied underneath?
Yeah.
Next, are we good?
Yeah.
We're good underneath? The bag is okay? The bag is right underneath?
Come here. Oh. Okay.
Wow. I feel like hot air. It's like a blood draw.
The case. 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 Okay. Oh my god, what is this bag? Hey Sam, and I message your career Mitchell.
Glad to be back.
Good to be back. Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
I know this thing.
Yes. Oh.
My wife's got a giant purse and a really heavy bag of groceries. Next week, breakfast steak. Nick's got the blue suede shoes on. Show them the shoes. Nick's, come here. Nick's, look at my sister's blue suede shoes. Elvis fans know what
This
I'm
is my
talking about.
favorite.
I call them the squishy
Because
shoes.
when she wear that slipper,
I
she
walk.
walk fast.
Because it's a wedge. It's pushing you forward.
Yeah, it's pushing forward. Oh my god, it's so hot here. And we're back.
Me,
Yeah.
I've never been so happy to be home. I wasn't feeling too good because my wife behind the camera, she is absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying to look at the camera, but I'm being distracted. Thank God. Now, see, it happened again. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I've never been so happy to be back because I ate an orange and a banana for breakfast, and that was about
And
it.
then your oatmeal and then the mango
Yeah.
are still there. And it's already
So it's my fault.
lunchtime.
The ladies cooked me some food, and I didn't eat this morning. Maybe it was the antibiotic or something kind of made my appetite dwindle. My appetite wasn't good for the last 2 days.
Next, come here.
Where's my?
You stand the yeah. Okay, how's your how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling good because it's success.
Success.
My angel here.
Accomplished.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. Ooh. And then look at me.
I'm looking forward to get back. I'm like wore out. No sleep last night.
Yeah.
Really made it back in one piece. The traffic and all that stuff, and
Yes, babe. That road that Sir Darrell told you that is so traffic.
Yeah, busy.
That is the worst place. Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of accidents on the road.
Yes. We passed that road, right? Last
Yeah,
night. Yeah, last night.
Was it busy last night?
Yeah.
What time was it?
7.
7.
Super amount of traffic. Alright, Bobby D out.
Bobby
Gotta
D.
get to the AC before this combo passes out. Yeah, the humidity, it's not the temperature, it's the humidity. So it's high. I thought Florida was high humidity. The Philippines got it.